today I want to show you how our chip family UCODE connects things to the internet. And I mean really all kinds of things connecting to the internet. Internet of Things for all, and we really mean all products here. It is easy to understand that electronic devices, sophisticated electronics can connect to the internet and is part of the IoT world. That is easy to understand. But what we want to show you here is also that everyday items, simple items with no intelligence inside, can connect to the internet and are becoming part of the Internet of Things. So I'm thinking about products like t-shirts or food and drinks. For those items, it's quite difficult to understand how they can become part of the Internet of Things. But that's what I want to show you now. So how can that work? RAIN RFID technology connects everyday items to the internet. And what you see here on the picture is a pair of jeans, several jeans in a store on the shelf, and those products will wear or will have connected smart labels to it. You see that on the left-hand side. Now, such a smart label it looks like a price ticket. It's very small, and it contains a tiny, tiny chip. The chip is less than a square millimeter big. It also has a small antenna there. You might see the antenna, but the chip is so tiny you can hardly see it. And that has no power supply and no cables, and it has to be very, very low cost, and it is produced in billions. Now, the power comes through the reading devices that you also see here. The reading devices transmits power to the chip and to the antenna and powers the chip. And this reading devices also reads the identifier on the chip, the data that is on the chip, and sends it to the cloud, to the internet. And with this bridge, the very simple items become part of the Internet of Things. Now there's more to it. It's not just does it can read the item identifier of many items at the same time, and it does it super fast. Up to 1,000 chips can be read in 1 second. So that enables the people, the companies, to do, for example, inventory management at a very, very high speed. And this is how the success of RAIN RFID started, because big retailers are using this already today in billions. So what does this now bring to the community to connect simple items to the Internet of Things? Let me show you some examples. We could start at production. Already at production of products, data can be stored onto the internet, like production data, quality checks, but also the ingredients a product is made of. That's important. Then later on, the location is a very important attribute. Stock location. Where are the items? That's especially important to retailers. Then for more complex items, you might also want to store services that were done, for example, for cars or how to use instructions. Then, especially for food, location history is also very important. Where has it been? How long did this food item have to travel to this supermarket that it reaches this supermarket? So today there is a trend to have more regionally grown food, more regional items. So consumers want to know how long this item had to travel to end up in the supermarket. The more regional, the more local, the better. They would even pay a higher price for it. Age and expiration dates are also important, especially when you think of food. Then you can apply dynamic pricing. The older it gets, the lower the price gets. This prevents from things to get out of date and having to be put to waste. Then in-store availability, really, really important concept. When you want to buy something in your favorite store, let's say a pair of jeans or some sport dress, you want to know what is available exactly in that store in your own little village there, not anywhere else. And this is possible with RAIN RFID enabled Internet of Things. And then after sales, after buying the product, well, warranty without receipt is also a very convenient thing. So those are some examples. Let's dig now a little bit deeper in some of the examples here. What can RAIN RFID-enabled IoT do for you? So one example is click and collect. So click and collect sales process is well known and consumers like it. You reserve something online and then you collect it at the store without any hassle. Sometimes you don't even have to enter the store. They put it into your car which is called curbside pickup. Now this click and collect only works if the inventory data in the store is 100% correct. And RAIN RFID technology enables this by doing frequent inventory counts. So RAIN RFID enabled IoT makes click and collect work at the end. Then you also can reduce food waste. By an improved expiration date management, food waste is prevented and reduced. As I mentioned before, for example, by applying dynamic pricing. The older it gets, the lower the price gets dynamically, and consumers are encouraged to not always take the freshest product. And then nowadays, tracking vaccines, of course, is very much important. By tracking the storage location, you also know whether the vaccine was always cooled appropriately. Was it in the fridge or was it also in the super fridge like it is nowadays very much important. This makes sure no single dose is wasted, or even more important, that doses are only applied when they are valid and work. So what does NXP have to do with all this? NXP provides the chips. We are a semiconductor company. With our UCODE 8 family, we already provide the chips that are in use in billions of smart labels that are used by retailers for inventory management applications. We also have chips that have more memory that are used for Industry 4.0 applications where you want to store more data directly on the chip and not just on the internet. And then our UCODE DNA family provides a standardized encrypted authentication method called AES. That is often used for vehicle tracking, car tracking, for example, for electronic road tolling, or also as access to park garages, for example. So NXP, with its ecosystem partners, provides the solutions to connect everyday items to the Internet of Things. Thank you for your attention.